Welcome back to a new season of Guy Fieri Cooking, now in beautiful 4K resolution. After the success of the last season, the network upped our budget, so we have so many things that we didn't have last season. For example, laugh tracks. Now everybody can laugh at my jokes. Isn't that right, laugh tracks? Gee, isn't that helpful? Other things we have are new camera angles, such as the upward camera angle, the down there camera angle, the extreme close-up, and the camera angle where you can only see my torso. For today's recipe, the first thing we're gonna need is a big old pot filled with water. Because today, that's right, we're making my world-famous, delectable Guy Fieri soup. The first two things we're going to want to add to this are some Captain Crunch freshly picked crunch berries. So let's just take them, let's pour some out right into there. Yeah, just a good sprinkling. And next, we're going to add, for a bit of a salty surprise, we're going to add some saltine crackers. Now, when I'm making this personally myself, what I really like to do is I like to take them and crunch them up nice and good. I would just give them a good old-fashioned crunching. Now, you don't have to do this. You can take one, you can put it in the hole, but you're not doing it right if you do that. And if you're not doing it right, it's gonna taste real bad. And that's all of those we're gonna need. Now we move on to our next ingredient. That next ingredient, of course, being some delectable icebreaker mints. Personally, when I'm making my soup, I like to go with a wintergreen flavor, but you can truly pick which flavor you like the best. Then we're gonna smash them. Oh, these ones are tough, they're not smashing, so I guess, I know, going against the rules a bit, but we're just gonna have to drop them in one by one. And let me just go get our next ingredient. Let me step off camera for a minute, because our next ingredient, it's really gonna add a next level of flavor to this. So, what is our next ingredient, you may ask? Well, of course, it's delectable Coca-Cola. Now, the Coke company doesn't want you to know this, but actually their secret recipe is the broth for Guy Fieri soup. Fun fact. So if you make this, you're making Coke basically. Not like the drug Coke, but like Coke, like Coca-Cola. So yeah, you just want to get a good pour, a good even pour. If it's fizzing, that's how you know it's good. Next, we're gonna want to grab a spoon and we're gonna want to do some mixing. So let me just grab a spoon so I can start my mixing. If you already have your spoon out, that's great. Start mixing yourself. So let's start this mix. You're gonna want to mix it for a good minute. Just give it some time to cook. And while that's done, let's talk. How have you been since the last season ended? I've been doing fine. I mean, at the end of the last season, my house was burned down, so that was a bit of a roadblock. But besides that, everything's been going great. So after we're done stirring, which will be a bit longer, we're going to get a bit more of a stir. We are going to take this over to the heat, or as some people may call it, the stove. Yeah, just get a good stir. We're done stirring. Now we can move over to the heat. So, now that we've got our pot on the heat, we're going to want to turn it on. I would recommend turning it to about medium heat. That's going to get it, kind of start warming it up. And while it's heating up, that's when we're going to want to grab our next ingredient. So we'll need to step over and grab our salt. Now, you can add as much salt as you want. Me, I'm a salt fan, so I like to add a good amount of natural sea salt. Yeah, it's just enough to give it a salty flavor. My head's cut off. Then we're gonna add a little pepper, you know, to even out with the salt. And once you've added as much pepper as you like, that is when we are gonna move over to another ingredient. I know, I'm throwing a lot at you right now, but I swear this is gonna turn out into a really good meal. So, what is our next ingredient? Well, of course, we have all these things. The one thing we don't have, sorry, it's taking me a minute, I just gotta look. One thing we don't have is a crunch. So, that's why we are gonna grab one of these balanced breakfast packs. And we are gonna open it up. And in this you're gonna find some cheese and some berries. So we are gonna open it up, and ooh, this one's a tough one. Taking me a minute to open it up. We're gonna wanna take it, and we are gonna wanna just dump all of its contents into the pot. Now, I know that's been a lot, but don't worry, because we got only one more ingredient left to add, and that is the pièce de resistance. The thing that's gonna really make this taste really out of this world. This is gonna bring a whole new flavor element that you've never seen before. And I know I said one, but it's 2 ingredients, I know. Things are getting a little goofy up in Guy Fieri's house. We're gonna wanna first add your hot cocoa mix. This is the first part of the pièce de resistance, as some may say. I prefer my hot cocoa mix with a bit of a few mallows in there. So if you want to add some mallows, add some mallows. And then next, this is the thing that's gonna really bring it together. A bit of ranch. Now, my ranch is unopened, so give me a second. Just with me. Just calm down. Calm down. Don't freak out. Ooh, this one's got a strong flavor. Personally, I like to use the zesty Italian sauce. And that's what I recommend you use too. And I'm gonna just dump that in there. Yeah, now that's good. And then, grab that spoon you were using before and mix all those ingredients in. Let me just put everything away. And now I'm back and I'm ready to mix. Ready to get in there and do some mixing. Yeah, ooh. Ooh. It smells absolutely delectable, just like Mama Fieri used to make it. Bless her soul. She's not dead, but she's living in the old Italy, so she's living good, but you know, wish she was here. Just give it just mix it till everything is nice and all settled all together. When it starts to get a good boil, that is when you know you've cooked something good. You might not see the cheese, but that's because we want the cheese to do a good melt, so we have a cheesy flavor in here. And the cranberries, they might sink to the bottom, so you're gonna wanna lift them up, make sure everything gets to the top. Ooh! Yeah, I just had to give it a little taste, and oh, they taste delectable. So while I'm cooking this, we're just gonna do a little skip forward till when it's done. Now that it's done on the grill, it's time. We don't need to let it cool off because it should already have cooled off. It's not too hot. That's what you want to make sure. Make sure it's not too hot. And we're just gonna pour it into this nice clear bowl so we can see it all. Oh yeah, does that just look tasty? Oh yeah. Oh, and look, see, this should fill up your bowl right to the top. So let's get a close-in angle. Let's pick this bad boy up. Still haven't gotten a new camera, man. Look at that. Oh yeah, look, that is delectable looking. That looks absolutely scrumptious. And now it's time for the taste test. Now we're over at the famous Guy Fieri testing table to finally give this Guy Fieri soup a taste test to see, is it good? So let me just grab you so you can see once again, just to get another bird's eye view of this. Look at that. Does that look delicious? Well, oh, you look like you're gonna fall. Don't fall on me. Nah, there. Let's give this bad boy a taste test. Ooh. You wanna let me get a good piece with a bit of a cheese chunk. We got all in there. It's a variety of flavors. Look, you really taste everything. Oh, that's the cheese. Oh, that was scrumptious. Oh yeah, I think that's all I can handle. I've had a big lunch, so we'll see you next time on Guy Fieri Cooking.